Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am here with a recorded video for you today. This is going to be for Saturday, February 10th, 2024. And you are watching it either on my Facebook page, facebook.com/MemoryInkers, or my YouTube channel, which is also MemoryInkers. So I am going to be showing you some fun products today, but let's get the businessy stuff out of the way. You can shop for Stampin' Up! At MemoryInkers.com. You can email me at MemoryInkers@gmail.com. If you are shopping, and I can see there's a glare on this, there you go. You can use my hostess code, which is B as in boy, H as in Henry, R as in Robert, 4, A as in Apple, G as in George, B as in Bob. Okay, so we're going to be using the Everyday Details. This is from the current mini catalog. And while I do love the stamp set, what I really love is this die set. It comes with all of these dies. Let's see how many. It says there are 11. So you have all of the cuts, and then you have some unusual decorative things and the circles. So we're going to be using those today, and I'm going to show you a fun trick. So first, let me tell you where this all started. I saw this stamp set and I thought, I know I have the great stamp set called Perched in a Tree. And I thought, wouldn't this be fun? This is in the annual catalog. Wouldn't this be fun to pair with this little piece right here? And there's also dies that match. They were bundled. They're not bundled anymore. But just, there are dies that coordinate with this awesome stamp set in the annual catalog. So I decided to play with those for a little bit, and I decided to put the sentiment using this one right here. Okay, and I decided to do the Trust Your Kindness, and then as I was playing, here's the card that I made. You can see I did the faux wood background on this piece. I did the thing that I showed you guys before where I sponged the balmy blue on there before I embossed it with the folder. And then I colored the bird, and I actually looked up. This is a European robin. Interpretive, because obviously I'm no artist, but and then when I cut this out, I was like, what can I do with just these holes? And I decided to stitch around it. It isn't beautiful. It was a first play. So that was my first play with this set. And then I thought, well, what else can I do with this set? So I grabbed, hold on, this awesome stamp set. This will be available for you guys in March. It's an online exclusive. And you know how I love sentiments, but script like this with the long tails, we've done these in the past, and I've always just loved them. But they were too long for what I wanted to do, so I only used part of it. So, but I still paired these two together. And this time I colored in this, and you see over here I've got blends. We're going to be using some blend markers today. And look at this one. This is probably my favorite, I will admit it. I cut them out with this piece right here. If you look at it, it's doubled with the holes, and the cut line is in between those. So I had to cut it twice, once in basic white and once in balmy blue, and then I held them together with some Post-it tape, and then I slowly stitched around it. And for stitching, I used, love these. These are in the mini. These are Baker's Twine 3 color pack, and it comes in Flirty Flamingo, which is this color, Lemon Lolly, and Balmy Blue. So also in here, and I don't know where I got these, and I'm not 100% sure of the name, But this is, I think it's called a darning needle. Can you see how it's like, it's like a big piece of very thin wire. I don't even know if you guys are going to even be able to see that. I'm hoping you guys can see it. But see how it, I don't even know. But it's just fabulous, and it's great for doing stitches on things. So if you can find those, I would definitely say they are a crafter's friend. So this one was made with these two combinations, and you can see the happy birthday didn't fit, but I still used it. And this is a die from the set. It's this smaller one in here. Okay, so there's that one. And then I'm trying to remember if I did not do the inside yet on that one. So then I just got carried away. I was going through some stress yesterday, so I decided that I needed to just relax a little bit. So I used the teacup and this little hello, and we're going to recreate this card in a different color today. And I used the beautiful celebration paper, Flight and Airy. This is so popular. You guys know I love this paper. And I created this one, cut it out with the round one, and then I stitched, and then I turned around and stitched back again. That's how it got that look. And it's got a little gem on it. And you can see here, I'm hoping you guys can see, there's little holes. Those are from these right here. I did it at the top and the bottom. So we're going to recreate this card, but we're going to do it in balmy blue. So let me get started. And I'm going to stop and start this video because you can hear my voice is still not 100% yet. I would definitely say I feel about 97, 98% better than I have. So yay, I'm happy about that. Okay, so I have a piece for the inside, which I am actually going to die cut out with this piece just so I have some decoration on the inside. And then I am going to again use the circle. I believe this was the circle I used. Let me find my card again. There it is. I want to, do you guys ever do this? You kind of grab it and find out, oh yeah, that's the one I used. This is like that other one. It is going to cut out two decorative pieces, but I'm only going to use the one. So what I'm going to do is, excuse me, I'm sorry. I am going to stamp the teacup and the little hello, just like I did on this card. Okay. And I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I am going to be using the blends markers, and alcohol markers do better with Memento. You don't want to use StazOn for that. So I'm just going to stamp that right there and then do the same thing. Oh, my little hello came off. Stamp my little hello. And I'm going to put that near the teacup. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color it. I'm going to color it the same as this one, just for fun and for ease of my brain. And I'm going to start with the light balmy blue, and I'm going to pretty much color the majority of this little teacup. In my brain, because I don't drink tea or coffee, I know some of you are gasping at that, but well, I shouldn't say. I do occasionally drink like a green tea. So I think of this as a cocoa cup because that's what I would like a hot chocolate in. Okay, and it's just, I'm not being really neat about it. I'm just kind of coloring along. I'm going to color this part of the lip here. I'm trying to avoid these black areas because I am going to be doing some coloring on those too. I apologize. I know I'm sniffling. I'm so sorry. Well, like I said, I'm near the end, but not quite 100%. Now I'm going to use the pointy end of the dark balmy blue. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this line here Again, trying to avoid some of those little black leaves. And then I'm going to do this whole section here because it would be darker, right? It'd be in the shadow, maybe a touch right there. And then for the cup, I'm following the lines put in there by Stampin' Up. Because those artists, they're smarter than me and they know how to do shading. So why reinterpret the wheel? And then if I want to blend them out again, all I have to do is grab my light balmy blue again and just kind of go over it where the dark lines are. And that just creates the fun shading and it's easy peasy, right? Super easy. Now I'm going to do my little flower. Whoops. And I'm going to do basically the same thing I did with the little teacup. I'm going to start in a light flirty flamingo. Is that what I'm using? Yep, flirty flamingo. And color that in. And then again, pointy end. And I'm going to put a gem in the center of this after I cut it out. So you'll see that. Again, blendy, blendy. That's why they're called blender pens, right? Because they are literally made to blend together. And it is what, and you don't want to press too hard. I was pressing a little hard there. I just saw that. Now I'm going to use lemon lime twist on the leaves. And I will start with the light all over the big leaves. This is super easy to color, but it is pretty relaxing. This is the darker. I'm just going to follow those lines. I know I'm not zooming in, you guys. I'm hoping you guys can see this. But I'm still slow. And, you know, it's hard to keep popping up. It's just the truth right now. I am going over these black leaves. They're still black, but if you look, I'm not being neat. So I'm going outside of the black. I'm just sort of swirly doing them around so that you get the shadowing of the green. Now, for my coffee or tea or whatever it is you're putting in there, you can grab a brown. I decided to grab the light crumb cake just to give it a little bit of color, because I thought this one looked most like cocoa, but it also looks like coffee. And yep, I see that. I did that little blurry mark there. So I'm going to grab the dark balmy and see if I can, oops, I want to use the other end. And see if I put a little line on the lip, if that helps with the dark. There we go. Gave it a little bit of a shadow. There we go. All right, fixed it. Yay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. And I'm going to cut this out. I'm not cutting anything out of this one this time because I just think it's really pretty, and I don't think it needs it because it has the birds and the flowers. So this is going to go on the inside. This is going to cut this piece out, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have those cut out. I am grabbing the foam piece, and I have the attachment. I believe this is called a die brush, and it attaches to our awesome Take Your Pick tool. This is one of the accessories it comes with, the little foam also. But you really need it because there are a lot of little tiny holes in this piece, and you'll be able to see how loved and used my my plate is, which I keep saying I'm going to replace, right? So I like to do it first with the die. You want to be gentle. You don't want it to cut. I know that there's more to be poked out of my die. I will do that later. But now I can just run this along and get all of those little holes cleaned out. So this will go on the inside of my card, and it will look like that, and it'll just give it a fun little look. Then I have, oh, that die popped right off for me. But see how it made an outside circle and an inside circle? So that's kind of nice. And I think all the holes came out of that one. Oh, it did. Yay. Okay, good. So this is, like I said, an extra piece for the Take Your Pick tool. You'll find that in the annual catalog. And then these die pieces I'm going to put back, although I do need to clean them. So now I have this piece. So I'm going to start to put my card together. Like I said, it's going to be similar to the one I just did, but slightly different. And I forgot to grab my bone folder here. Hold on. There it is. And put this on the inside with my awesome liquid glue. Oops, I see a hole that didn't poke out. There we go. So you do want to make sure you've got all your holes poked out before you glue it down, obviously. And then I like to put the liquid glue just kind of in dots here, because I don't want it to seep out the little holes. It still might, but I'm always hopeful, right? So I'm going to set this on here and kind of, there we go, and straighten it on the inside. And then press and hold for a minute. So now, see, I have a pretty decorative piece on the inside. There we go. So on the outside, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this designer series paper. Look, even that side is so pretty. It's actually, you can see it's like the same design. It's just different color. So pretty. That designer series paper. If you have not gotten that as part of your celebration freebies, remember it's free, but you will not be able to buy it in the future. So make sure you nab that. I don't know if I'm going to have any available at Mega Meet. I know somebody's going to ask that question. I don't know, because I love it so much. I don't want to promise anybody anything. So now I am going to put this on here, but I want to do the stitching like I did on this one. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, because hello, who wants to do that? And I'm going to stitch it in the balmy blue linen here. I think it's called linen thread. What is this called? Baker's twine. So now you can see better how this works. So I'm going to pull out a lot of this. What I did to test it is I kind of went around and around and around. That's a lot. I know that that is a lot, but it's okay. It's okay, because I can always shove whatever I don't use back in there. So now I have all of this baker's twine. And this awesome, like I said, I believe it's called a darning needle. But don't hold me to that. Those of you who are great sewers, I am a sewer, but I haven't done it in a long time, so I don't know. And then you slide whatever you want in between this wire. And to start, I always make it, oops, you don't want to go too far down. I always make it almost halfway just to get started. Okay. So I'm going to start by going up through the hole, and then I tend to want to take this one and I want to hold it in place. So I'm going to put a piece of tape right there. I'm just going to show you guys as I get started, and then I'll do it and I'll show you the second step to this. So you want to watch so you're not tangling. So I always put a finger in there. See how I have a finger? Catching that to keep it from getting all twisty, because that does happen. This is the part I actually find kind of relaxing. I used to do cross stitch, so that's probably why I kind of enjoyed this stitchy part. So I'm going to do that and make those stitches all the way around, and then I'll show you what I do when I come back the other way. So Hold on, I'll be right back. So I'm halfway done. I just thought I'd pop in so that my phone doesn't decide to turn off the recording, and just let you know I'm still stitching. Okay, so I have gone all the way around one time. Now, here is where we start to go backwards. I went around counterclockwise. So now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to go back into the hole that this thread just came out of, like so. And I'm going to start crossing and going back the opposite way, which is how I start to get, and I'm hoping you guys can see this. I always have to figure out where I'm coming from when I'm doing the second one. It's easier on the first one. There we go. On this one. So I'm hoping you guys can see what is happening here is I'm getting more of a double stitch in each of the lines. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that. I will be back again. Still stitching halfway through the double stitch part. So like I said, wanting to make sure that my phone doesn't decide that it doesn't want to hold this pause. So I thought I'd pop on and do a stitch for you, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm almost done, and I want you guys to see I have very little of the thread left, but here's what I like about these needles is they are very flexible. So when I go to do these last ones, I can see how I'm curving it and going into the hole, which is a lot easier when you're not doing a video. And now this one I have to watch because, see, this one is going to be a little bit unusual because it's where I sort of flopped back on itself. And I need to make it go over here. But if I were to bring it up through this hole, it would cause a problem. It would make the stitch look funny when it came back out. But I do want it to go like that, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out of here, fold it back, and whoops, grab a little bit of Scotch tape, cello tape, whatever you want to call it, and hold the baker's twine in place. Then I can snip off this extra piece. By the way, if you're doing something like this, if you're going to copy this idea and you find that you have run out, oh look, I missed a stitch right there. That's okay. I probably could fix it, but I'm not going to. But if you find that you have run out of baker's twine, all you have to do is pull it through, do it, and then start again. It's just super forgiving. Now, this is not perfect. It's okay with me that it's not. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but this one was done much better, probably because I was sitting and relaxing and watching television. And this one I was trying to hurry up and get back to the video. But I'm going to put that one on there with some Stampin' Dimensionals. So you wouldn't want to glue it down because this stitching has made it a lot thicker. Grab the regular ones. So I'm going to put one right there and there. It really doesn't need a lot of them. I'm doing 4. You could probably do 3, but I'm doing 4. Some people would do 5 because somebody would do something in the middle, right? So I'm going to set this one off to the side because I really like these birds and I don't want to lose the birds, right? So there we go. Very cute. Very cute. Now I'm going to grab this is the same bling that I used for this cup. I used the Lemon Lolly, and I'm going to use the Balmy Blue. These are called Adhesive Back Solid Gems. I'm pretty sure that they are in the annual catalog. And then I'm just using the smallest gem for right in the center of my flower. Right there. I could have done yellow again because the yellow would have matched the birds. But I'm keeping it the Balmy Blue. So again, why is that one? You know how I feel about cards that don't stay closed. They drive me crazy. Oops, I'm going to put this away before I lose it. And it's my last one. I got to go find some more. So there are those two cards. And let me remind you of some of the other cards that I did with this fun die set. I just love, love, love this die set. So there you go. There are the 4 cards that I stitched. This one is done with regular linen thread. The rest of them are done with the Baker's Twine 3-color combo. And these gems. And of course, awesome everyday details dies with, or stamp set with these amazing dies that are kind of falling all over the place. So these are so fun to play with. And I love the stitching thing. When I first saw them in the catalog, I was like, why do we need more things that put holes? But I love this ability to stitch the cards. I just think it's just so fun. So do you have a favorite? This is my husband's favorite, which kind of surprised me because it's my least favorite. But it is kind of more masculine. Even though I messed up on the stitching, he still likes it. This is probably my favorite, but I like these two a lot also. And again, remember I did the inside. So you've got that going on. Okay, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Again, my name is Carrie. I am your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. You can shop at MemoryInkers.com for all things Stampin' Up! And please use my hostess code here, BHR44AGB. And I will see you guys next week for a live on Tuesday. Hopefully my voice will be back to normal by then. See ya.